This paper has lots of technical needs, lots of technical background, so they are sorry about that. So they decided to introduce some part of the basic fundamental knowledges about which are needed to understand their appealing point. So despite not having not yet our notation or blah blah something like that. So this part could be omitted if you are expert, if they are talking with their expert. But they are sure that sometimes the readers are not so expert with this kind of mosaicing or the similar literature. So they say some comments, okay, we are going to little bit talk about how the mosaic is, and see the touch of mosaicing, sense of mosaicing in this one paper, one pages. Because they are sometimes referred in the latter part of the technical description. Then start with the technical part. So in this sense, so they didn't have their explicit background page sections, but it is a little bit funny, but you may find such kind of discussion in the section 7. So it's also breaking, he's also breaking the rule of the ordinary organization. Usually it should be inserted in the section 2, but once again, definitely he should know the way of organizing the good papers, and upon the good understanding of how to organize the good papers, he changed the organization a little bit to let this paper more attractive, because this is kind of a tricky paper, tricky organized paper. So the expert may feel, okay, this is also very interesting, because he knows very well. He knows how to change, how he knows the limit of modification of the good paper. So he should be a really smart guy or something like that. So a little bit tricky, but maybe. So anyway, so the background part couldn't be found in the sections, but anyway, so they inserted such kind of information in this paper, in the last part of the paper, in the last part of the document. So it is probably okay for many of the experts. Some may probably complain about that. Probably I bet that some reviewers are complaining about this is out of the good organization or something like that. But because technical details are really well, so probably their statement will be beaten based on the good contents of the technical aspect and rich knowledge about how to organize a good paper. And then, so this is the starting part of the technical details. Maybe you may just see the first part. And then it has a long paper. This is a long paper. And so section 2.1 and 2.2. And say, maybe it's better to see like this. So here's the section 2. And here the section 2.1, 2.1 and 2.2. So you may see this kind of short description here and here. And section 2.3, 4, 5, 6, and 3, and 3.1, 3.2. But you may skip all the part. But if you want step into the details a little bit, maybe you may starting with this, the first part of the section 2 and the first part of the section 3, because these are the big chapters. And then in the section 4 here. So from here, so this is part of user interaction and hinting. So it's not a technical discussion. So technical part should be, mathematical part should be in here. And so this is kind of evaluation about the suggestion about the human interface from here, and section 4 and section 5, tuning parameters. So if we want to summarize the technical part a little bit, so there are only two parts, section 2 and section 3. So section part summarization is here, and section 3 has a summarization of the here. And so definitely, once again, they are very smart. That means the first sentence of the section should be very important. So even in the case they just start with the equation, so it should be very important. So that means you should at least introduce this equation formula to, if you want to have the better, a little bit longer description of this paper. You shouldn't miss that. And because it has CWP, so in that sense you should know what is C or what is W, what is B. So that's why I mark then the first part of the B, or first part of the C, first part of the W. So these are the first part. You may see this kind of symbols. So as for the B here, as for the W here, as for the C here. And by just checking these three parts, you may see what is C, what is B, what is W. Actually, C is, so UV is an image plane, as you may see here. And you may see the description here. And C is just a color, texture. So at the point of the U and V. So that's a pixel color. C is a pixel color of the point of UV on the image. And then you may see the SUV, which is the 3D point, which is corresponding to the image point on the UV. That means, so as you may see, as you may know, that the idea comes from that object should have the face. And that means, so there's a 3D object, there's a camera, and so if there's a picture which is taking this object, each pixel corresponds to some part of the 3D surface of the 3D object, and this is the one. Suppose you may find the pixel, say, suppose you may find, so this is just a picture, not a 3D shape. This is just a UV picture. And you see the color here. So this is a UV, and C is this value. And definitely on the behind the picture, there is a 3D shape and actually 3D surface. And which, so if we are talking about this point, so which is corresponding to the end of the eyebrow. And of course, this is a surface. Surface would be, how to say, warped into the plane.